Hello Galactic family. As so many channels are telling you, humanity is moving collectively forward very rapidly toward the moment of awakening. And there are signs of this in many places where loving concern and compassion are rising in discussions about the major issues that need to be practically resolved in order to prevent further, and possibly irreparable, catastrophic damage from being done to the planet, which could cause mass extinctions. Humanity is at a tipping point, a point at which balance must be restored, allowing and encouraging a whole new way of living to be established that honors all life forms. There is no separation, and to attempt to live as if separation is real, while at the same time refusing to honor all life forms, is truly insane. Much of humanity now sees this, but there are still many people with power and influence whose sole agenda is to maintain their positions regardless of the cost. They tend to be the ones on whom the mainstream media focuses a lot of attention because they are powerful and influential. Nevertheless, the days when people like these could arrogantly enforce their wishes on the subservient masses are over, period. Your rapid movement toward awakening is unstoppable, and there are signs of it everywhere, and not just on New Age and spiritual websites. Enormous and important changes are happening right now all over the world, even as the media focuses on reporting conflicts, disasters, and on the marital woes of the rich and famous. Do not be distracted by these distractions. Pay attention to love wherever you find it, and that should not be difficult because it is everywhere. It is within you. Love is reality, everything else is distraction. As humans, living in the world, your bodies are the vehicles that permit you to be there. Therefore, you do need to care for them, honor them, and allow them to experience the pleasures and sensations that bring them joy. However, your main reason for life on Earth is to evolve spiritually through the lessons that life as a human presents to you. And now, in this age of awakening, you are here to complete your lessons, take your finals, and to assist others to awaken by being and demonstrating your true nature, love. You have limitless assistance available to you from your support teams in the spiritual realms, so whenever doubts, fears, or anxieties seem to be drowning you, call on them for help. They are constantly available to answer your calls 24/7, and will do so instantly. Of course, when you are feeling overwhelmed, or even just a little out of sorts, your egos are usually very noisy as they attempt to get you to focus your attention on the issues that are causing you discomfort or distress, and so it can be very difficult to tune into the guidance that is being offered from the spiritual realms through your intuition or through coincidences and synchronicities. Remember, when you are under stress, pause, take a few deep breaths, and then turn inwards to your place of inner peace. Take time out there to allow the intensity of the situation you are dealing with to ease before you speak or take action. You have all, without exception, at some time spoken or taken action in haste that you have, either in the moment, or later, come to regret. Emotions can be extremely powerful, sometimes so much so that you fully identify with them as being yourselves. They are not. They are aspects of being human that can be invaluable, but they do not and should not control you. You can allow them to run riot, like small children, and, like small children, they can get out of control. Love them and honor them, while allowing and encouraging them to fulfill the role for which they were created to provide deep meaningful feelings, but remember that they are not rational, and that they should not be let loose without your rational oversight. Much is arising powerfully within people at present that has been hidden or denied for eons. And much of it brings with it very painful memories that strongly affect their emotions, and so you are seeing personal explosions of anger that are way over the top. This stuff is arising to be released so that all the blocks to love dissolve, and when it happens to you, give yourselves a time out, instead of engaging. In the moment, if you do that, you may feel let down, disappointed, cheated out of an opportunity to prove yourselves right. Later that feeling may still be there, but far less intense, and you will be glad that you restrained yourselves instead of perhaps finding yourselves embroiled in an unnecessary and painful conflict. Even so, your egos may be suggesting to you that you should have engaged, and that you would probably have won, but no one wins when there is conflict, because conflict just leads to more conflict. You are all the beloved children of Source, Mother, Father God, the Supreme Wisdom, the Supreme Intelligence, whose love for you is completely and utterly beyond your ability to conceive of. Pay attention to the many reports from those who have had near-death experiences and DEs, because they can and do give you marvelous insights into the wonder that is love which they have personally experienced. Each one of you without exception is divinely destined to experience love as intensely and as joyfully as they have. By going within daily, to your holy altar or inner sanctuary, you too can get a sense of the enormity of the love in which you are permanently and eternally enfolded. But in human form you cannot possibly experience anything like the fullness of it because your bodies would just disintegrate. You need your bodies at this time because you chose to be in service on earth to complete your lessons, and to assist many others in their awakening process. This is a choice for which you are most highly honored. Your continuing persistence in the face of the great difficulties that have arisen or are arising now in your lives is fully understood and greatly respected by those of us watching over you so lovingly from the spiritual realms. You could think of it as being like watching your own children or grandchildren graduating, and then moving out into the world to take their places to assist in humanity's awakening process, and truly many of them are doing just this. Truly all is well. There is only love, and the word only bears absolutely no resemblance to love's infinite vastness. You are all loved way beyond measure,